Was the compounding pharmacy route, is that like a financial benefit, or was that a way to get around the shortage of just the actual pens of Ozempic TM themselves?
Right. No, so it's definitely a thing with the FDA that if there's any drug that is on shortage, it's not just weight loss drugs, but if there's any medication that's on shortage, the FDA, in their wisdom, still wants Americans to be able to get the medication they need. So they legally allow the compounding pharmacies to make a duplicate to get around and to get around that shortage, to fill that void that the big pharmaceutical companies can't fill themselves. And the thing is that it's I did the math on this, that if you look at the fact that a recent study, JAMA study, came out showing that 136 million Americans were candidates for these medications, whether it's because of the cardiac disease benefits, because it reduces major cardiac events, or because of the type 2 diabetes, which is the original indication for weight loss. That if you take all those three current indications, that's 136 million Americans that would meet that indication. And if you take all those Americans and they're all on this shot once a week, 4 times a month, 12 months out of the year, that would require 26 billion with a B, 26 billion injections a year to just keep up with that demand. And we're not talking about the future indications for fatty liver, chronic kidney disease, alcohol use disorder, maybe Alzheimer's, sleep apnea, osteoarthritis. So that's just the current demand. They need to make 26 billion. And so that's why these compounding pharmacies are going to be able to make these for a while in America, because they really just can't keep up with that kind of demand. And we're only talking about America. We're not even talking about the shortages they're having in Europe, or the shortages they're going to have in China or in India once they finally get approved there. So that's what the compounding pharmacy does, is they fill that void to address that shortage while it is occurring.
Who defines shortage?
Excellent question. Excellent question. So there's some debate about that right now, because the FDA recently took tirzepatide off the shortage list, the active ingredient in Mounjaro and Zepbound, and the reality is that it is still on shortage. So a lot of the evidence the FDA collects is from the pharmaceutical company saying that we're making enough to meet demand. We have all of these different dosages available, but you can have all the different dosages available but still be in shortage. Both things can be true at the same time. So obviously the big pharmaceutical companies saying they have enough of it is a conflict of interest. Of course they want it, because then you take it off the shortage list, compounding pharmacies can't compete with them anymore. But FDA recently took off tirzepatide off the Outsourcing Facilities Association, which is the 503B pharmacies in America, which is part of the Food and Drug Cosmetic Act legal code, what defines a 503B compounding pharmacy. But anyway, the OFA sued, saying this is still on shortage. You can't make this unavailable for compounding pharmacies. Because the thing is that once you turn away millions of Americans from using the compounded version, they're going to go and scramble to try and get the name brand, which is going to just put it all on shortage again.